Thank you. I raised, in the last 28 months, I raised $115 million for charities, okay? Yeah. That's a big deal, dude. You can clap for that shit, okay? I didn't write a check for 115. I didn't write a check for 115. I'm going to tell you something. It's easier to write a check than it is to raise money. You got to have guts to raise money, okay? So my daddy gives me a quarter to get me out of the house. He says, you and your brother go to the store. Dude, I was freaking tripping. I was like, oh my God. I was so excited. Remember when you were 8 years old? Right? I've always wanted money. The reason I wanted money was because as a kid, I would look at the people that had money. Whoever had the money in the household had control. My dad had control. He decided where we went, when we went, how long we stayed, who we talked to, what we did. I'm like, I didn't know it. I wanted the money. Why did I want the money? I wanted control. I want to control, go where I want. Freedom, really what I wanted. I didn't want money, dude. It's paper. It's like, I want a bunch of sticky pads. You need to start thinking about money like sticky pads. Right? How can I use money? Right? How can I use a sticky pad to remind me of something to get something more? This is pieces of paper. All this shit is made up. The value that you give this is made up. And that's why you don't have any. You think there's a shortage. You finish this statement. Money doesn't grow on trees. Where does it come from? Nobody told you, man. They just told you what it wasn't. By the way, it comes from a cotton bush. So it's pretty close to a tree. Right? My dad gives me a quarter. Me and my brother go to the grocery store. I'm walking to the store, man, and I got some swag on. I'm like tripping. I'm like, nah, I'm a baller, dog, okay? Okay, I'm a bad little dude. I'm going to bust this store up, okay? I'm walking in there. What am I going to buy? Shit, ain't nobody going to tell me nothing, right? I got it, man. I got it. I'm like, I'm a winner, man. Okay, and I'm playing with this quarter. I'm starting to stroke it. Starting to stroke on the quarter. I'm like, oh, I'm only 8. Come on. Nothing could happen yet, right? So I'm like, me and my brother talking, identical twin brother, man. This is when you could walk to the store. Your parents could let you walk to the store and the parents wouldn't get, like arrested for neglect. So, and I reach in my pocket, I'm playing with it, I'm rubbing it off, right? And boom, the quarter pops out of my pocket. It falls into one of those big manholes. That's when the manholes had like 6, 8-inch gaps in it. You could put your arm in it. They don't make those anymore. And I was like, trip. Oh! Else too. I mean, think about it. Like, I'm like, oh, damn, man, I lost my quarter. I got a situation. This is going to be a long problem for the rest of my life, by the way. I learned a big lesson right here. What did I learn? Huh? Put your money away? Don't play with money? I go home, I'm crying to my dad. My dad's like, what's wrong? I said, I lost my quarter. He's like, never play with money. My grandfather grabs me and says, hey, let me tell you something. My grandfather never had papers to live in the United States, okay? He lived on the dark side. Like, I understand immigrants that come into the United States and they have to do whatever they have to do. It touches me because my grandfather constantly had to work on the other side. Because how many of you know the term WAP? W-O-P, WAP. It was a derogatory term about Italians, right? It really meant without papers. My grandfather was born on the ship on his way from Sicily, never had papers. He was a baby on the ship. They popped him with W-O-P. He didn't have papers, so he became a gambler, ran alcohol, did all that stuff, did everything and anything that didn't require you to pay taxes. So he's in the shadows, man, huh? Don't get too much attention, right? Fly under the radar. How many have been told that by your parents? Fly under the radar. That's because they're not paying their taxes. They're taking shortcuts. My grandfather grabbed me. He gave me some great advice. He says, son, your daddy said don't play with money. Let me tell you something. Don't ever go anywhere with 1 quarter. Both of these lessons are right. Would you agree? Don't play with it. And you need a lot of chips. right? I don't need to make either one of these people wrong. They're both right, and they're both wrong. People about money. What do I not know about money? Okay. Now, over the last 30 years, I was broke at 25. I had more money at 8 than I had when I was 25. I had 17 years of schooling, an accounting degree, 5 years to get an accounting degree. I went to accounting and to school to learn about money, by the way. I've always wanted to know about money. I always wanted to know about success. I wanted to have financial freedom. I wanted control. How many of you want those things? How many of you went into business because you want control? You tell me, how can you have control and freedom? How can you be independent without money? It's impossible. It's not even possible. Now the question is, how much money? What's enough money? I'm 25 years old, and I'm making $3,000 a month in a sales job. I decided 25, okay, I'm done drinking, I'm done drugging, I'm done playing, I'm done being a screw-off, I'm going to get my game right. I made a full commitment to a job I hated. If you're taking notes, if you want money, you must do what you hate. Contrary to the very popular concepts, follow your heart, don't do anything you don't want to do. Who's going to do it? 80% of what I do is done, and I don't want to do it. I promise you. On any given day, 80% of what I do, at least half of what I do, and I don't want to do. 80% of what I do, I'm never paid for. That other 20% has got to pay off. Okay, so this is how I operate on a day. 50% of what I do every day, I wake up and know, I'm going to do something today. Half of what I do today, I will not want to do. 80% I'm not going to get paid for, and the other 20%, it better get me some freedom. So I'm making $3,000. Okay, I'm going to bring you guys back to when you were struggling with money. How many of you struggled with money before? Okay, how many of you, you're like, dude, I just want to know how to go from here to here right now. I could talk to you right now about $86 million deal, but I'd like to bring it back a notch and just say, I'm at $3,000 a month right now. I'm 25 years old. I don't have anything. Nobody knows me. I'm not a Facebook guy. I'm not an influencer. Okay? All that's being overplayed right now, by the way. Okay? Just telling you, all you guys like, I'm going to become an influencer. Okay? We are already oversupplied on influencers on planet Earth. Which means what? They're going to become useless. So I'm looking forward. I'm looking in the future. Particularly with my money. I don't want to lose that quarter. I don't mind losing that quarter. I want to know how to get to the bottom of that drain and get it back. Because if I lost a quarter there's some other quarters in there. Everybody agree? Okay? And I'm telling you, every day I go to work, I'm asking myself this question. Who's got my money? Who's got my money? I look in the audience. Who's got my motherfucking money? This is my money, man. This is my money. I got to make a claim to the money, man. Who's got my money, man? It changes my entire business. It changes everything about my business. My real estate business, it changes it. What I do with social media, it changes it. What we do with book sales. Do I go self-publish or do I go with Penguin? Okay? Do I take an upfront deal or do I do who's got my money, man? If I know the answer to that question, who's got it? Who can give it to me? Will they give it to me a second time, a third time, a fourth time, a fifth time? Can I scale that out? I'll have money. Everybody agree? And if I have money, then I can take care of my wife. I can take care of the kids. I can come to this event. You know, you've seen my plane probably on Instagram. I show my plane off. That plane ain't for me. That plane was bought for you. I didn't buy that plane for me. I bought that plane because if I didn't have it, I wouldn't have come see you. Do you understand what I'm saying? My wife would not be at this event if I didn't have that plane because I wouldn't have come with her. I'd have put her on American Airlines. Not safe. People mistreat you. They give you peanuts and bullshit. They tell you what to do. They tell you, put on your seatbelts. Do you know that? You've heard the freaking message. Don't smoke on the plane. Ain't nobody smoked on this plane in 20 damn years. Okay? All right? Don't use your phone. Oh, by the way, how many of you can use your phone now on the plane and you like that? I'm the dude that got the rule pass so that you could use your phone because I took the bitches on. Okay? Y'all know that story? Y'all know that story? We hit birds. I hit birds out of JFK. We hit a bunch of birds, had an emergency landing. I go online, I go on YouTube and say, we just had a bird attack, and I filmed the whole thing. It was the only bird attack, birds hitting an engine in the history of mankind on planet Earth, and I captured it, right? CBS interviewed me, Today's Show, ABC, I got all these interviews. I gave everybody an exclusive, by the way. Okay? Every single one of them, CNN got an exclusive. I said, I'll do an exclusive with you, dog. Okay? Hung up the phone with Anderson Cooper. I give you a CBS. It's got to be an exclusive. Done, dude. Shit. Okay, the next day I did like 15 different interviews. CBS calls me back. You said it was exclusive. Dude, I was in a bird attack the day before. I almost died the day before. What you gonna do to me, man? Shit. Okay? I'm going to go back to this. I'm going to tell you about this here in a second, okay? Okay. So what happens, I recorded it with CBS. CBS said, what were you doing with your iPad on? I was recording the takeoff. Well, didn't you know you're supposed to turn the machine, the iPad off? I said, that's bullshit. That whole thing's bullshit. It's ridiculous. Okay, I've flown over 3 million miles on American, United, and Delta, Southwest Airlines, JetBlue. 3 million miles, man, crossing the country.